just to show you how blends of millet can complement each other very well. You can tell the growth stages and just about all these millets are identical. We finally got some rain in the new duck impoundment build. You can see the water level starting to come up. Now it's time to plant. Before we do, let's take a tour. Brought to you in part by Deep River Sporting Clays, safe, fun, family entertainment. And by these additional sponsors. It is time to plant the new duck impoundment. A lot of guys have been asking for an update on this one and wanting to know when you're going to plant that thing. It is July 15th, so we are right on time for planting millet this year. We had originally discussed doing rice down in here, but it's been very, very dry this year. Brand new impoundment. We don't have that thick mud layer, organic layer yet to work with, so we decided to pivot from rice and go in here with a blend both millet with a little bit of rice in some of these wetter areas. So we finally got some rain, which is fantastic. Now we can show you a little bit more of what we were talking about before when we set our water control structure. The downstream elevation is driving this upstream end of the outlet. It is very, very flat down here. It's just a very flat area. There was nowhere to send the water. So the pipe is set at the lowest possible elevation. Well, that ended up leaving a little bit of a standing pool down at this end of the impoundment. It's creeping up a little bit in here. It's not quite full yet. We've got about another 4 to 5 inches to go, which is going to put this sheet water right up about to where the side-by-side is here. You can tell the elevation steps up slightly. Everything that has some green growies in it and beyond will be plantable. So yes, we were left with a micro pool down here by the riser, but originally we set out to make a 3-acre impoundment and it ended up being closer to 4. So anything beyond 3 has ended up being a bonus. The outside elevations are driving a lot of this, but still with 3 acres to work with, we'll be able to put a lot of food in here. Overall, our grading is pretty good. We have pitched the swale around the outside. You can see there's a little bit of a low spot here and there, but most of the water is making its way down to the flashboard riser control structure. Little tiny divots here and there in the middle, not gonna be a problem at all. This skinny sheet water will be perfect for throwing some rice into. So we'll probably come in here, hit the wet areas with rice, and everything else we're gonna disc in some millet. This has never been planted before, of course. It's a brand new impoundment. We are gonna do a little bit of fertilizing in here to help give it a bump in its first year to get going. But now that we finally have adequate soil moisture, we've got some rainfall, I think we're gonna be off to the races here. Japanese millet can get a seed head on it in as little as 45 days, maybe 55 days depending. Middle of July, that'll put us pushing September, which is perfect. We don't want to plant it too early because songbirds and things will come in, strip it, eat it out, and this is for the ducks, not the songbirds. Thank you guys for those that have joined me from the beginning, where this all looked just like this, a forested bottomland here. It's not a wetland area, it's just a low area. It's actually just hardwoods and some pine in here, and we cleared off a 4-acre area, bermed it up, diked it up, set our water control structure, and now we have us a 4-acre duck impoundment. I want to walk down here and show you this outlet control structure. A lot of people have asked about this structure. Poly riser and pipe is the name of it. I can source those for you if you're interested, and drop a comment below. I've got a local contractor that can get these things in for you. The shipping is what kills you. They come in on a pallet from California, so the shipping costs as much as the risers do, so it helps to buy them in bulk. If you're interested, drop a comment below. On the perimeter, we wanted some stabilization so we wouldn't erode. Ended up being a blend of both Japanese millet and foxtail millet. It's actually a nice wildlife blend. You can tell some of it's already starting to dry out here, but this is going to be just a blend on the banks. It will provide food for wildlife, but mainly is for stabilization, but certainly will be to the benefit of the ducks. Random but cool, it appears there was some buckwheat in with that blend. So there's actually some buckwheat down in here, which is kind of cool. The bees absolutely love this stuff. Deer eat it, but once this seed's out, ducks will eat it too. Where there's a little bit more moisture, you can see just how tall the German foxtail millet and the Japanese millet got. This side, again, drought-stricken, high compaction, didn't do quite so well. But the more shady areas are doing very well. So you can only imagine a duck impoundment planted in this 55, 60 days from now. We're gonna have a lot of food in here, I hope, for these ducks. So this is the outlet control structure folks are interested in. Again, poly riser is a flashboard style. It actually comes with a coupler on the back that gives you options for a couple of different pipe size diameters. I believe from 12 up to 24 inch, which makes it really nice. We usually set them in a concrete footer. We attach them on the back side with a gasket here so they don't leak. And then on the front side, of course, you drop in your 2x6s, 2x8s, whatever your desired water levels are. The boards slide in, and that is what begins to set your water level as you want to flood your impoundment here. The ability to control water level is critical. The rice maybe wants a little bit more water on it, whereas the millet doesn't want as much. When you can control your water level, you can really control what crops you're growing for the ducks. In a perfect world, that riser would be a little bit lower, but we couldn't because the discharge end of this pipe is what's driving all the elevations. It's just so flat in here, there was nowhere to send the water. So that is the lowest it can be. So that's what we had to work with. From there, drives all the other elevations and grades. I actually like the idea of having standing water in here because A, it gives a place for ducks to land before the food is grown out and you're starting to flood. So any birds passing through will have a good solid ½ acre of water in here to come in and land. That way you can start maybe getting some birds even earlier in. Having a little bit of water, in my opinion, is not a bad thing at all, especially considering we still have another almost 3 acres of plantable area. So I think this will end up working out the best it could, all things considered with the elevations and the grades out here. We got a water source. The deer like it. They can come here and get a little bit of water. Any early migrating ducks, and of course your residential wood ducks will enjoy it as well. Let's hop back on the side-by-side, do a quick lap around it. Got a lot of millet growing at the upper end. It's very robust. I want to go show you that. But I am very pleased with where we're sitting right now, mid-July. But it is time to get some millet and rice in the ground. Yeah, look at just how thick this is. German foxtail millet, Japanese millet. There is a lot of food in here on the perimeter and flanks. As this water level comes up, this will actually be flooded as well. So this is going to be food for the ducks. You can see the rushes and sedges already starting to creep in. I think this is going to turn into a very wet, muddy environment that rice is going to be perfect for in the years to come. But this first year, considering how dry it is, a new impoundment, we're going to go straight millet with just a little bit of rice sprinkled in. But I think for the most part, it's going to be a millet impoundment this year. Blends of millet can complement each other very well. You can tell the growth stages and just about all these millets are identical. There's even some grain sorghum trying to come in here. It's not as impressive as the millet. It certainly takes much longer to mature out. It's more of a 90 to 100 day crop, whereas the millet's more of a 45 to 60 day crop. So I don't like to usually blend corn, sunflowers, or sorghum with my millets for that exact reason. It doesn't ever seem to produce very well. Millet always seems to win the day. It's much faster maturing. But I did find a little bit of sorghum in here going to head. So some of this sorghum is finding its way up in amongst all this competition. This is a pretty sweet blend here. Going to be PTO spreading seed in here. I'm going to disc it first, PTO spread it, and then probably just roll it in. We're not going to actually disc that millet in. It does very well just being top sown. We're going to disc it, prep it, seed it, and then probably roll it back in. But until the next video, appreciate you guys watching. God bless and take care.